Welcome to Menopause Chicks. My name is Shirley, and I am a perimenopause chick, and this is Chick Flicks TV. And today we have an opportunity to chat with Jillian Bice, who's the CEO and founder of Bloom. Welcome, Jillian.
Thanks, Shirley. I'm very happy to be here.
Now, Jillian, you and I have chatted a couple of times before, but why don't you tell us what Bloom is?
Sure, I'd love to. So, Bloom Enjoy Yourself is an online resource for women who are menopausal and beyond. So, essentially, it's midlife and beyond, whatever that number means to you. And we are positioned as a sexual health and wellness resource for women and their partners in this demographic. So by that I mean we are a place to come for really valuable sexual health and wellness information that has been curated from a number of sexual health experts throughout North America. So I've got some great contacts throughout North America with people who are writing articles for Bloom on a number of topics. So they can be to do with menopause, they can be to do with orgasm, any issues around sexuality, issues around relationships, divorce, dating, all that kind of stuff. So when you think about women's sexual health and wellness for that demographic, we hopefully have an answer to any of the questions that you might have, and we're continuing to get information to the site to help to provide answers. So that's one component of Bloom. The other component is our shopping experience, which is a curated collection of luxury sex toys. And when I say curated, it means we've taken on all the legwork for our viewers, and we have selected the best of the best, top quality luxury products that are well made and so forth. So we have the shopping experience as well.
That sounds awesome. Now, why is this an important website for us to be looking at this point in our lives?
That's a really good question. When I came up with the concept of Bloom, I used to be an RN in women's health, and so it's a passion of mine to begin with. I'm also part of that demographic. And I'm very aware that in this demographic, women who are sort of 40 to 45 plus, when we grew up, we didn't talk about sexuality. And so we are a generation of people who are embarrassed about it. We have a lot of missing information. We have a lot of guilt around it or shame, a lot of questions, misconceptions, and so forth. I believe so strongly that sexual health and a healthy, happy sex life is important to women that I wanted to create a space where women could come and feel welcome and safe, and they could get information that they would have questions about, and really to help support women to embrace and celebrate their sexuality and feel really good and positive about it, and to communicate the message it's an important, healthy part of our lives. There wasn't really anything out there that I could find that really fit the bill. So when you go to bloomenjoyyourself.com, you'll notice right away there's a look and a tone and a feel to it. It's very smart, it's sophisticated, it's engaging, and it really is meant to speak to this demographic to make them feel comfortable going there. And the same with the shopping experience too. A lot of women from this demographic and their partners don't feel comfortable going on to a lot of websites that are available right now for sex toys. They don't feel comfortable going to a lot of shops that are available. So this Bloom Enjoy Yourself shopping experience is meant to be really comfortable and smart, informative, and make you feel like, hey, this is really good, this is fun, this is a good part of life, and I should be here shopping and enjoying myself. And it's informative as well. So that was the need, and I'm feeling it.
That's great. I'm so glad that you mentioned that you are an RN, because one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what are some of the myths that you would like to dispel for this demographic?
Oh, there's so many.
Yes.
But some of my favorite ones, the ones that I find are so important, is that people, not everyone, but most people feel that sexuality kind of ends once you become midlife. And I actually read an article the other day in a magazine, and it was geared towards the younger audience, and they mentioned something about women when they get older that they might have a leaky bladder, and they said something like, "Ooh, that's the most disgusting image," or something. I thought, people just think that once you hit 40 and beyond, you become this asexual, dried up little prune and with no interest in sexuality and no need for it, and it doesn't have a place in your life. So that is so wrong.
Right.
And a lot of women believe that too. So it's it's a wrong message. We are sexual beings, no matter what our age is, and we should be enjoying our sexuality. It's a very important, healthy part of our lives. It feels really good. It's very good for our partnerships. It brings our partnerships closer together with the bonding. Physiologically, there are so many benefits with the release of oxytocins, endorphins. You sleep better. It's good exercise. So I really want to dispel the myth that once you hit menopause and beyond, your sex life is over. It is absolutely not. And we've got some really great articles on the site that talk about ways that you can manage our changes that our bodies go through. I just posted a really great article called Use It or Lose It, written by Dr. Petra Zebron, a sex therapist, and she addresses the changes that our bodies go through, especially our vaginas, as we age, and things that you can do to manage those changes. So sex goes all our lives, and it should. It's got a really important place in our lives, and that's a really important message that Bloom is getting out there and helping you learn how to do this.
Absolutely. Now, I was wondering if I could ask you a question about, there's vaginal dryness, and that's talked about a lot when we read about perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms. And there's lack of libido. And I read an interesting statistic, and I forget the percentage, but, it was this doctor saying that X% of women would rather go on Facebook or mop the floor than have sex with their partners. And I was just wondering if you could comment on that and help us understand the difference, between vaginal dryness and libido, healthy libido, if you will.
Yeah. There are a lot of factors that come into play. There are physiological factors that come into play. There are emotional factors that come into play as well. So I always talk to women when they have these kinds of questions. It starts with the conversation about, how are things in your relationship? So sometimes it's a lack of libido because they're in a relationship rut and they just don't want to have sex with their partner anymore because they've been with them for 30 years and maybe they need some spicing up. So that could be the solution. But physiologically, with all the changes we go through hormonally, it does affect libido. It does affect vaginal dryness. And so we've got a lot of options. What I would recommend women do, and what I often say is speak to your options, or look online for resources like Bloom Enjoy Yourself and see what options are, because there are solutions for vaginal dryness. There are solutions for vaginal atrophy, which happens as well. Our vaginas get smaller, they get less elastic, they get drier with hormonal changes. So there are solutions. It's a really important message to communicate. But with this demographic, there's also the embarrassment or the shame or the shyness, and it's fine for me to say, talk to somebody, but some people will say, well, how do I even start that conversation? I'm too embarrassed to. So online resources are a great starting point because it's a safe starting point. That if you can talk to your healthcare provider to do that. There are solutions. You don't have to have a dry vagina all your life. And they can be hormonal replacement solutions, or they can be natural solutions as well. And read the Use It or Lose It article on our site. There's some really good options. So there are options. That's the most important part, to know that you are not going to be asexual all your life, especially if you would rather not be asexual. You have choices.
Well, and that's, you touched on one of the reasons why I really like your site is because you don't feel embarrassed, guilty, or have shame in going on there and reading the articles or shopping for the products. In fact, I have 2 tweens in my house, and it's not even a website that I would be embarrassed if I was caught on it or anything like that. So congratulations. I think you've really kind of stepped up the image of a really important topic.
Thank you, Shirley. I really appreciate you saying that, and that is my objective, is to do that, is to put it in a very positive light. Right. So I'm happy to hear you say that. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with the menopause chicks of the world?
We're great. We are wonderful. One thing I do want to say, the name of the company of my business, Bloom Enjoy Yourself, the reason it's called Bloom is the idea that at this time in our lives, we're not drying up like little leaves and blowing off in the wind. We should be blooming, and we should be recognizing how wonderful we are. We've raised children. We've had ups and downs. We've made mistakes. We've learned we've got so much experience, and we are sexual beings as well. So we should be blooming at this time in our lives, not shriveling up like little leaves. So that's the name Bloom. So I just want to keep pressing that message out there that we are wonderful beings, and sexuality is a very important, healthy part of our lives. It's good. It's positive.
Awesome. Well, we'll put your website address on our website and make sure everyone has that. But why don't you tell us where we can go to find out more?
Sure. Okay, so the website is bloomenjoyyourself.com. And we're also on Twitter, and the Twitter handle is @bloomenjoy. And enjoy is ENJOY, just like enjoy.
Okay.
And then we're on Facebook as well, Bloom Enjoy Yourself on Facebook. And go and have a look and see what's on there. And please send us comments. One more thing, too. We just launched a new community called House of Bloom. I've got my shirt on.
Oh,
House
cool.
of Bloom shirt. I don't know if you can see it.
Cool. Congratulations.
So it's a membership portion. Thanks very much. You get member pricing on your shopping.
Oh, okay.
So houseofbloom.com is the site as well.
Hey, while I have you, I wanted to ask, what's your bestseller?
Oh, you know what's the bestseller is the Gigi. Lalo's Gigi is ridiculously fabulous. It sells like crazy, and it's a G-spot vibrator. It's billed as the world's leading G-spot vibrator. So Lalo's Gigi, they've just come out with the second generation, so it's Gigi 2. I just got a shipment to my warehouse this morning because they're going off the shelves. And also couples products as well. Lalo has a great couples vibrator called the Lila 2, and it's a lot of fun for couples.
All right. We will share the word. Thank you, Jillian, for taking time to speak with us today.
Thank you, Shirley. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.